Hello and welcome. Carrie here from Healing Humanity, the power of a proper human diet. And today I'm excited, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm blessed because tonight is our live carnivore open mic where you can come in and share your story of healing. We're looking for stories. We've done a few of these. It's been a while. We go for 5 minutes each, and we want to hear your elevator pitch, your story of healing through a proper human diet. And in just a couple minutes, I will share the link. This is, it's kind of crazy because I'm just posting the link in the chat. Anyone can hop on and share their story. And I have a couple close carnivore friends that I talked to that are going to be popping in throughout the night. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope everyone is doing amazing on this Saturday night. I've got a couple of quick announcements I wanted to mention. A week from today, 1 week from today, we are having a Boston meetup hosted by Kilt's Mighty Tribe. Shout out Dr. Kilt's. It's in Boston with Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, Professor Thomas Seyfried, Dr. Nelson, myself, Adam, Diane Ladd. It's going to be a heck of an event. You can still get tickets. I think there's a couple left. You can find those at drkiltz.com, drkiltz.com. And then right here in this very building, the world famous Montello Theater, July 26th, we're having a big Healing Humanity meetup. Dr. Kiltz will be here. Lynn from Midlife Carnivore will be here sharing her story. Coach Lisa Pickert will be sharing. Adam will be sharing. Emma, my daughter Emma, who just graduated from high school. She is killing it on carnivore right now. Emma will be there as well. And we have a special announcement. This just came in just yesterday. The amazing, the incredible, the wonderful. Well, here, let me show. I think I got. I'll show you who else. I'll give you a little hint. He's a doctor. He's one of the first doctors. He is the first doctor we interviewed for our documentary Healing Humanity. We've interviewed 9 of the good doctors: Dr. Baker, Dr. Berry, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Georgia Eade, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. I'm missing some. The very first doctor that we interviewed, I'm going to show you, he started his career at a very, very early age. You guys remember Doogie Howser? This was pre-Doogie Howser.
Fruit is natural, so it must be healthy, right? Wrong. Let me explain. Some people don't realize the sugar in fruit is called fructose, and it doesn't raise your blood sugar right away, but it does get sent straight to your liver. And what does your liver do with extra fructose? It converts it into fat, visceral fat.
Converts it into fat. That is Dr. Tony Hampton. I absolutely love, appreciate, respect Dr. Tony Hampton. He sees hundreds of patients, and he is doing the opposite of what all my doctors did. All my doctors did was give me more and more of this stuff that never helped me. Never helped me. Dr. Tony Hampton is de-prescribing medication. He's helping people treat the root cause of the problem. Very novel idea, right? Isn't that crazy? Like a kindergartner could understand that if a person has a health problem, perhaps we should treat the root cause. But in every one of these cases, we didn't treat the root cause. Let's try to mask it with some temporary medication that you're going to end up taking for the next 10 to 15 years. Not so temporary anymore. Some of that medication, I said this before, I'll say it again real quick. Is this it right here? Oh, this is my statins that I was on in my 30s for years. Some of this medication, like this one here? The medication for acid reflux, that was probably the least of my problems, although I was diagnosed with Barrett's esophagus. But the medication for acid reflux, no joke, I took that stuff for 10 years. I was saying this to Jen the other day. Why did I keep taking it? Like on year 9, when I still had acid reflux, why am I still taking the medication that was supposed to fix the acid reflux? Then I just get into this brain fog and we keep doing it and doing it. As of right now, 0. I am on 0 medications. No medications for me. I recently went into the doctor because I reversed my congestive heart failure. And the first thing the doctor asked me was, "What's your pharmacy?" And it took me a second to answer the question because I don't have a pharmacy anymore, and I will never have a pharmacy again, and I don't need a pharmacy. So I'm off all of those medications. So Dr. Tony Hampton's incredible. He's going to be here at the world famous Montello Theater along with Dr. Robert Kiltz. And if you guys want to get tickets for that, July 26th, Healing Humanity, there's only a couple left. There's probably 10, maybe 15 tickets left for that event. You can get them at healinghumanity.movie/event. healinghumanity.movie/event. And then the last announcement I have, this one's kind of exciting. We want your stories. That's what we're doing tonight. Live Carnivore open mic. We're going to be sharing stories. Hopefully, if people are brave enough to jump on and share their stories, we want more stories. We're writing a book, a Healing Humanity book. And I hope that the book ends up being the thickness of a telephone book. I want to have it filled with thousands and thousands and thousands of stories of healing across all major health issues. So if you've overcome type 2 diabetes, if you had an autoimmune disorder, if you overcame mental health issues, depression, anxiety, PTSD, any of those things, if you have found healing by changing your nutrition, please share your story with us. healinghumanity.movie/testimony. We're doing a book and we're doing a Healing Humanity series. And we're gathering these stories for both of those. So if your story is incredible enough, perhaps we could have it in the series as well. In the series, we're hoping to have episode for cancer, episode for mental health, led by Dr. Georgia Eid, episode on type 2 diabetes, episode on autoimmune disorders, you name it. We want to have an episode for all of those things. Aging. We actually have quite a bit of that filmed already with the documentary. We're done filming for the documentary, and we filmed quite a bit for the series already as part of filming for the documentary. So we're going to do a giveaway as well. Let me push that up here real quick. Give away a Healing Humanity shirt in blue. And in order to win a Healing Humanity shirt in blue, I need you to use hashtag ribeye. So post your best question, or if you found healing through Carnivore Diet, tell us what healed. Just real brief, what healed for you on Carnivore Diet, and use hashtag ribeye as you see here on the screen. There we go. We're going to give away a Healing Humanity shirt in blue, hashtag ribeye. You got to post either a question or what sort of healing you found on Carnivore Diet, or what sort of healing you're hoping to find. What sort of healing you're on a journey to achieve. Hashtag ribeye with your best question or comment. And I'm going to give out, let me start this. I'm going to give out, the link shortly. If you want to jump on and share your story, just check the comments here. Hey, it's Caleb. Hashtag ribeye. My emotional state has stabilized and my muscle mass is through the roof. I want to say one thing here real quick. There are so many amazing people in this community. So many people leaving great, positive, amazing comments. That's what it's all about for me. There are a few that they're just negative. They go negative sometimes. I don't know. You call them trolls. I don't know what you want to call them. But we don't do that here. We're all positive here. We're the good vibe tribe. I really believe this. This is one of the things I learned on my carnivore journey. I'll show it here on the screen. And shout out Caleb. Caleb is an awesome member of the community. So is Papa Carnivore. Papa Carnivore is here too. Amazing. Target Prime Rib. Awesome. Let me show you guys this. I really believe this so much. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you're hanging around a bunch of people that are constantly negative, and the only thing they ever have to say is negative things over and over again, your life is going to be a little bit negative. If you spend yourself with people that are positive and successful and healing, and they're doing well and they're living life to their fullest, you're going to be positive, you're going to be healing, and you're going to be living your life to the fullest. I truly believe that with every fiber of my body. So we are the good vibe tribe here. Before we give out the link, Jen's just chatting me here. Jen might jump on and share her story. I don't know if Jen's watching right now. Jen went to a graduation, and I'm in charge of everything right now. I'm in charge of the girls and the house and the movie theater. And we got a pretty full house above us right now. They're watching How to Train Your Dragon. I got to shout out the real heroes one more time. Dr. Sean Baker, absolutely incredible. You got Mr. Incredible on the left, and then you got Mr. Incredible, the real life. If they ever do a live action remake of The Incredibles, it's going to be Dr. Baker. We recently filmed Dr. Baker for our last interview of the documentary. He is a doctor that also, like Dr. Tony Hampton, is interested in treating the root cause, and he's doing some amazing work through Rivero.com, which is something I wish I had access to 15 years ago when I was on all that medication. But I just wanted to shout out the good doctors, including Dr. Baker. He put me and Adam through one heck of a workout when we went there to film him, and we weren't never intending to work out. All right, let's see what we got here. Hey, it's Caleb. Caleb made it. Shout out young Caleb. Caleb brought his arm wrestling table to our last meetup in Washington, and he actually arm wrestled Dr. Sean Baker, and he beat me fair and square. I'm not even joking. I gave it everything I could, and Caleb crushed me. But I want a rematch, Caleb. I'm going to be practicing. I got to work on my technique. Caleb was crushing everyone. Caleb also crushed Dr. Kiltz and some other ones too. So shout out Caleb. Caleb, I think I sent you a link as well if you want to join. Caleb's coming for the deadlift record. Yeah, go after Dr. Baker's deadlift record because that is insane. All right, we got our first live carnivore open mic. She's a little bit nervous. She didn't want to do this, but she's going to do it. She's going to take one for the team, right, Jen?
Yes. Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Good. So I can't talk long. Bex ran me. I'm in a different state from Carrie, so I'm with some family while he's there. But he asked if I would come on, and I said yes because I am doing fantastic here. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm at a graduation party, and there's a bunch of food. Not knocking anybody. I'm just saying there's a bunch of food, and I stayed strong. I didn't have anything. I had a cheeseburger last night when everybody else had sloppy joes and all the other stuff. And today I had a graduation. It's a graduation, so there's a bunch of stuff there. And I cut up fruit. I did a whole bunch of stuff to help, and I had nothing. I was very happy.
Nice. You're
I do
feeling
miss
good?
you, Carrie.
I miss you too. This has been a couple days now. We haven't talked. This is the first time we talk with a bunch of people watching.
Oh, hi. I don't know who all is here, but hello. I just got back from.
We got Caleb's Carnivore Quest is here. Papa Carnivore is here.
Hi, Caleb. Hi, guys.
Target Prime Rib Thomas is here. Whole bunch of people.
Hi, everybody.
So yes, you were able to stick to the plan, even though there's a bunch of other food there. Did you eat all your butter yet? I know you brought a ton of butter with.
I have been eating butter, and I'm grossing everybody out, especially my brother. He's like, "Oh, don't do that," and I'm like, "I'm hungry." Well, then go eat something. No, I just need a little something to calm me down for a second. So, oh, I got some more family coming, so I got to move out of the way. They're gonna wonder what we're doing.
Can you for Jen, just to kick it off real quick? You just go run and hide in that bush behind you so no one sees you. Just to kick it off real quick. It's live carnivore open mic night where people share their carnivore story of healing. Yeah. Can you quickly share your story of healing? We're giving people 5 minutes, but you can take whatever time you want. You probably don't even have 5 minutes. What is your story of healing? How long have you been doing carnivore, and what has healed for you?
Oh boy. Oh, I got a dirty look. You want to be on the live stream?
Heck yeah, we're being.
Oh, just 1 second. Here's my cousin.
Hello, live stream.
A lot of people, but this is my cousin.
Hello.
One of my favorites.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, can you?
One of the favorites.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. That's my beautiful cousin.
Yeah, little cousin.
Yeah.
All right, Jen, give us your story.
Okay. So I'm going to move over here. I have been eating the proper human diet for over a year now. I I lost 60 plus pounds. No, I'm almost at 60. We'll put it that way. I've completely 100% lost my migraines. They're all gone. I suffered with migraines pretty much my whole life since I was about 8 years old. My water weight went down. I had lymphedema in my legs, completely reversed. Doctors told me that'll never go away. You'll have that for the rest of your life. Nope, it's gone. I'm happier, right, Carrie?
Oh yeah.
Wait for him to listen. I'm a lot happier. Um, I sleep better. I don't snore, right, Carrie? I don't snore.
Nope.
That's a huge plus. I'm dressing a little nicer. It's black, but I'm dressing nicer. Uh, I don't know. I'm happier overall. I'm just enjoying life, I guess. And I really wasn't enjoying life before because I was 60 plus pounds heavier. I was depressed. I was anxious. I wouldn't be talking to you. It's funny because my family here is like, we see you on YouTube and we never got pictures of you. And I'm like, okay, let's take pictures. And I'm happy now. So it's a big difference.
That's awesome. Sorry, I'm multitasking.
Of course.
Our friend Anthony Haydick is in, and I'd love for him to get on. So I just sent him the link.
Good.
Anthony,
Good.
I just sent you the link. I texted it to you, my friend. If you're interested in joining, that would be amazing. Anthony has an incredible story. How's the weather up there, Jen? It is crazy hot here.
It's super, super hot. We actually just came. So, funny story is my cousin lives 12 houses down from her parents. So, I'm at my parents, at her parents' house right now. It is super, super hot, but the graduation party was a huge hit. They live on a lake. So, there's a lake down there, and we're all just going to like go jump in later. That's another thing is I would never wear shorts. I would never wear a dress. Now I'm comfortabler, is that a word, to do it now. So, my thing is just do it. Like my cousin who is just here, he's almost ready to be carnivore. He's talking about it. He's just scared about some things. So same with my brother. He's older than me and he's got aches and pains and I'm just getting up like a spring chicken and he's and I'm like, Tony, just try it. You know what his excuse is, Carrie? You know, he just says, I like my food. I don't care if I die. And I'm like, thanks. That's nice for me
That's
and
what
my
life's
kids.
all about, right?
Yeah. My
That's great.
dad is here. I gotta go in. I don't get to visit with my dad. My dad, I'm about 5 hours away from Cary. I'm not gonna say where I am, but different state. And my dad actually drove up here, which is super, super cool. And I wish he would do carnivore because he had a heart attack last year. So yeah. That's my story. I wish you guys were here. My family and everybody were having a really great time, but yeah. So I will hop on afterwards and I will talk to you guys if you want to say anything, but I'm
After
going
you
to
jump
run
in the lake.
inside. Yeah, I should show you guys really quick because it's actually really beautiful. But yeah, you go and talk
Give us
with
a quick
other.
peek if you can, because I'm waiting.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting up there. I can't push a button to turn
While
it,
you're
so you're
doing
gonna
that,
have to.
real quick, we've got 152 people on. Thank you guys for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video, send it out to your friends. And
Yeah.
Jen, I don't know if you know this, but it's
Mhm.
official that Dr. Tony Hampton is joining us in Montello
Yay!
for our Montello meetup.
Wow.
He's
So then we
coming up.
have. Do
He's
we have
driving all the way up
two
from
or
Chicago.
three? Do we have two or
What's that?
three? Two or three confirmed.
Yeah, we got Dr. Hampton,
Okay.
Dr. Kiltz, Dr.
Yeah.
Nelson, and
Yeah.
Coach Lisa.
There you go. Yeah. And guess
July
what, guys?
26th.
They're staying with me. You know how much I love Lisa. You know how much I love Dr. Kiltz. They get to stay at our house. I'm super excited. So I'm going to turn around and show you guys. Look, so that is the lake right there. So you just run right in
There you go.
and
Go jump in
enjoy
quick.
it. So, yeah, no, thank you. Well, who wants to see me? I'll do it real quick. No, I won't. But it's literally right there. So, yeah. And we have some more family coming. So I'm going to get going. But
Okay, we'll
it
let you
was
go. Thank you for checking
nice
in.
seeing you. I will chat with you guys. If you have any questions or anything, leave them down below. I look forward to talking or seeing Anthony. So whoever else you get.
Yeah, Anthony's coming up next. All right, thanks,
Yes.
Jen. Love you.
Sounds
Bye.
good. All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. All right, there we go. We got one. We got one in there. Let's see. I think we got another coming up here in just a second. Leanne, love your wife. Wish we saw her more often. Well, I think you will. I guess I'm not saying that I'm quitting YouTube, but it's going to be more of Jen because my focus is definitely shifting towards the documentary. I I still do YouTube to try to keep the excitement and the energy going for the documentary. But in fact, the video we did today was Jen shopping at Walmart. And the next video we have for next week is Jen sharing her unexpected carnivore benefits. It's a fully Jen video. So more of Jen to come. I'm going to try to pass the torch. All right. We got another guest. You guys ready for this one? Live carnivore open mic. This is where folks come on and they share their story. They get about 5 minutes to share their story of healing on a proper human diet. And here we go with Anthony Haydick. How's it going, my friend?
Hey everybody. Hi, Carrie. Give me just
How
a
you
half
doing?
a second. I
Sure.
am setting up my phone to the tripod so I can still eat my steak and talk to you guys at the same time.
How have you been?
I actually cooked a steak for once. It's my first cooked steak in a little while. You know, I'm like 7 months into raw now, so kind of hard to go back to cook stuff when I eat it raw.
Right.
But thanks for the invite on, man.
Thank you for coming on. For those of you that don't know, Anthony, you got an incredible story. I'm so blessed that we were able to capture your story in Washington for the documentary. It's going to be a huge part of the story. I think it's going to inspire so many people. I don't know if you've seen these before, Anthony. We've done a couple. It's kind of like a stand-up comedian. You get 5 minutes. You can take as much time as you want, but the goal is to kind of share your story of healing. What's happened for you eating a proper human diet. If you're interested in doing that, go for it.
Yeah, I'm glad to tell you a quick little summarization. I'll try to make it a little bit different than the Seattle speech, but that was amazing, by the way, meeting you in Seattle. You are everything I imagined on screen, in person, and better. So you're an angel. For those of you that know me, hello. For those of you that are new, my name is Anthony Hayduck, and going carnivore, the proper human diet, is what's keeping me alive. I don't look like it, but I'm actually a stage 4 GIST cancer patient who failed multiple types of treatment. Both types of treatment I tried made the cancer worse. I had really bad side effects. The cancer actually spread and got further, evolved during the doctor's regimen. I ended up quitting treatment against most of my family's wishes, against all my doctor's wishes, January 31st, 2023, and started learning about how the human body worked. I've done different diets 3 months at a time between scan intervals, plant-based, of course, standard American most of my life. I did keto, and I always give this guy a shout out, but during my keto regimen, somebody sent me a video of Jeff the Prosperous, and that is what sparked my soul and my interest on carnivore. I ended up hopping on carnivore thanks to Jeff encouraging me, and his story was absolutely amazing. You should follow it and give him his family the blessings. But I hopped on carnivore September 1st, 2023. And so I'm almost 2 years solid into carnivore. And since I've been carnivore based, the cancer has been stalled out. I haven't had anything grow and get worse. I've actually had some tumors in the past shrink naturally. For the last 12 months, I've actually had nothing shrink or get worse. Everything's been completely stabilized. And what's funny about that is I've gone through 10 oncologists. I'm on oncologist number 11, and one of my oncologists is a specialist. And he still tells me to this day, it doesn't matter what I do with my lifestyle or my food choices. The cancer is that smart, it can turn on and turn off when it wants to. And I smile and laugh at it now because I know he's completely full of shit, part of my language, because we have it all in the blood work, all in the imaging. And again, you can't argue with how you feel. I made this statement in Seattle, and here I'm dealing with stage 4 incurable. I say incurable because that's what I've been told. I need treatment since day one. Going natural's an absolute death wish is what I've been told. And here I'm the only person that my doctors have ever seen, and other patients I've talked to that deal with the type of cancer I deal with. And if you haven't noticed, I don't claim it. It's not my cancer. Words are very powerful. I say the cancer. But I'm the only person that deals with this type of cancer and the mutations I deal with, that is having success off of treatment. And I'm a firm believer carnivore is the biggest culprit on allowing my body to heal. Going along with carnivore, fasting is an absolute game changer, and I recommend fasting for everybody, cancer or not. Fasting is free, takes discipline, and you get so many benefits. Um, I also do like hot therapy and cold therapy. Cold therapy I do daily. I sit in a tank for 44 degrees for 3 to 8 minutes a day. Um, my biggest thing, though, I want to tell anybody and everybody about healing the human body and our mindset is don't ever allow an illness, a disease, or a disability to define who you are and what you're capable of. Mindset is everything. And I am now living and thriving with stage 4 incurable cancer, quotation marks for the incurable part. And I feel better now than I have my entire life. Even as a child, a teenager, preteen, I never felt this good. Energy's through the roof. I no longer have bowel movement issues. And I recall about 5 to 8 years old hopping on medications to go number 2 most of my life. To be honest and more embarrassing with myself and my story is when I was working in the timber industry as a tree climber and a faller and the labor out in the woods, my nickname at work for years was Bounty Bob because I had ass wipe or toilet paper or paper towels in my pocket because I never knew I was going to be sick, and I got tired of bringing spare underwear with me, so I just bring a whole bunch of paper towels. I don't have that problem anymore. I actually look forward to eating because I know I'm not going to get sick now. And in the past, I would actually I'd starve myself during the workday because I didn't want to get sick at work. So I just want to eat, which isn't good either, at least when you're not eating the right things.
Right.
So yeah, what my last statement I want to state before I, in my 5 minutes is I've had 24 broken bones throughout my life, 12 plus surgeries, a bunch of different concussions. I am pain free. I used to be, we'll say 8, 9 out of 10 on pain levels all the time. In my teen years, I was actually addicted to painkillers because I was in so much pain. And I could run, I could jump, I could lift heavy things, I could do all these things now physically and be pain free. And it all goes back to the proper human diet, which is carnivore. I'm so
Amazing.
grateful for everybody like Carrie, Dr. Shapey, Dr. Baker, everybody along the lines for talking about it, and everybody else making themselves vulnerable allowed me to make myself vulnerable and share my story.
I'm so
Strength
happy
in
you shared
numbers.
your story is so powerful, Anthony. I really believe it's going to help inspire so many people. And I just want to repeat one thing you said there. It was going to be my only question, but you nailed it. Just because if people weren't listening or really paying attention, carnivore fasting and then mindset. And I've talked to several people going through serious terminal cancers. Several of them I've interviewed for the documentary or on my YouTube channel. And that's one thing that I've learned as well, that you hit out of the park there, is how important mindset is as well once you get your nutrition in order. I used to think that was like, oh, some new age stuff. Just think you're going to be okay and you're going to be okay. There's actually a lot of science behind that. If you're constantly stressed and anxious, you're releasing cortisol. It converts to glucose. You're refeeding the cancer. If you're able to just be calm and sort of zen, and like I said, I've interviewed a lot of people who have done this, and that's been one of the biggest takeaways after fixing your diet and fasting is that mindset. It's hugely important. So I'm really glad that you shared that, not only here but also in our documentary, because we've interviewed quite a few people with cancer. And my thing is with this, it's like I'm not telling anybody what to do. I just want people to have the option of using metabolic therapy, of having this tool in their toolbox, because it frankly pisses me off that so many people today, thousands of people were diagnosed with cancer. Almost none of them are aware of what's working amazingly well for Anthony and so many other people, because the only thing they're ever told is Here's some chemo. Here's some radiation. Here's some treatments that coincidentally make millions and billions of dollars. This treatment over here that's free, changing your nutrition. We will never talk about that. It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. People should have it as a tool in their toolbox. If they want to do the chemo, they want to do the radiation, that's fine, but they should at least know about this as an option.
I 1000% agree with that. And I myself, I don't agree with chemo or radiation just because of my avenues and not having success with it. But if somebody wants to do that, more power to them. But like Jeff the Prosperous in his story, he did chemo, radiation, all these different types, and he didn't have major side effects because of his nutrition. Being fat adapted put his body into a state where it could protect itself better, and fasting in between gave it to the point where his healthy cells were protected and his cancer cells, or the cancer cells, were exposed. And so fasting combined with the treatment he was on was actually controlling the cancer without any side effects or very little side effects.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody in my life on treatment look how Jeff looked. He was amazing.
He was absolutely amazing. And it's so interesting because when I interviewed you in Washington, you said some things that he said as well. Like, I feel better than I have my whole life. He said that too. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Because Jeff was 43 at the time. You're the oldest you've ever been. And going through everything you're going through with the chemo as well. And then 5-day fasts over and over and over again. And all of that added up. And he legitimately felt better than he had his entire life. And he attributed it to carnivore and his nutrition and eating properly. So I really appreciate you coming on, Anthony, and I appreciate you sharing your story. And last thing, I know we went way over, but I don't care. Your story is amazing. I interviewed you and Lash. We got to go with Dr. Baker. You probably heard some of this, but I was thinking about you when we were with Dr. Baker because we were just going to film him. I didn't know he was going to make us work out. And part of the workout was the farmer's carry. We called it the Maggie carry. We filmed Rancher Maggie eating carnivore for 65 years. And when we filmed her, she lifted up 100 pounds like it was nothing. 4 5-gallon buckets of feed. Well, we did 120 pounds. Dr. Baker had me and Adam do, and we had to go a quarter mile. Farmers carry 2 dumbbells, 60 pounds in each hand. And Dr. Baker did the whole quarter mile. I did not. But afterwards, I'm very competitive. So afterwards, I'm like, I'm going to practice this. I'm going to work on it. And when we get back to Washington again to premiere the documentary, I'm going to ask Dr. Baker, can I come over and give that another shot? But I'm like, Anthony, too bad we couldn't have coordinated that with all of the workouts and exercise and fitness that you've been doing, because that's another huge part of your story on carnivore. You're just jacked and you're going to the gym all the time. I was like, I bet you Anthony could do this. So we're going to try to make like a viral challenge. Like, this is the Maggie challenge. You got to do, I guess it would depend on your weight, but we did 120 pounds, a quarter of a mile. So if you're interested in doing it, we should get something going, a little challenge out there on YouTube, see if other people want to do it.
You get it arranged and I'll participate. I would love to. I'll start practicing now since you guys have a head start.
Well,
I'm sure I can.
Quick. And Dr. Baker told me this initially. He's like, go quick. And I didn't listen to him because your grip gives out before your legs do. So my grip was giving out, but I still had the legs to go. So when I do it again, I'm going to go a lot quicker. But I'm going to have the girls. We're going to practice doing it. I think it's about 4 football fields back and forth, a quarter mile, if my numbers are right. But I'm going to get the girls and I'm going to have them do. I did 120 pounds, which is like 2/3 of my body. I'm going to have them do 2/3 of their body weight. See if they can do it. But yeah, long story short, if we get back to Washington to premiere the documentary at that same movie theater that you shared your story at, I'm hoping to go back there. We'll do another meetup with Dr. Baker. I'll invite you with him. We can, because he loves, that is his happy place, working out and exercising. And I know that's a big passion for you as well. So we get a group of people over and do the Dr. Baker Maggie challenge. Get Caleb too.
I'd love that opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Anthony. Really appreciate you. Hey, real quick, Anthony, how can people find you if they want to follow you, if they want to hear more of your story, social media?
My Facebook is my name, Anthony Hayduck, and my YouTube channel, I believe, is Anthony Hayduck as well. It goes into Anthony Hayduck. Anthony's Making Cancer. My bitch is my YouTube. But everything else is just my normal name for now. I'm actually in the process of trying to set up a website too, so I could help more people quicker versus having to respond to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that gets a hold of me. If I have everything on a website in the near future, they could just, hey, this is Anthony's regiment, this is what he does, this is what he eats, etc. So
Love
in the future, things will get better.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anthony. Everyone go follow Anthony Haydick. Really appreciate you. We'll talk to you again soon, Anthony. Have a good night.
Sounds good.
See ya. Awesome. Anthony Haydick. Wow. You know, when I talk about the documentary, sometimes I get passionate about it. I don't know. It's not my documentary. It's Anthony Haydick. It's his story. It's Jeff's story. It's Bill's story. It's Mimi's story. So that's why I get kind of passionate about it. I'm not patting myself on the back for anything. It's much larger than me. It's all of these incredible stories that deserve to be told, and people deserve to hear them. Anthony's is a huge part of it. All right, we got another guest. You guys ready for another one? Let me just real quick. I got to hashtag ribeye. I'm going to take another guest, and we're going to be giving away a Healing Humanity shirt in blue. You have to post, if you found healing on a proper human diet, post that in the comments. Or if you have a question and use hashtag ribeye, I'm going to randomly pick one of those, and we're going to send you free of charge a blue Healing Humanity shirt. And I know there's a lot of people that have jumped on since I said this before, so I'm just going to shout this out one more time real quick. Big meetup in Boston 1 week from today. drkiltz.com for those tickets. Professor Thomas Seyfried's going to be at that one. Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Nelson. And then Healing Humanity, July 26th, Montello Theater. We have about 10, 15 seats left. Dr. Hampton, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Nelson, come join us. Those tickets are available at healinghumanity.movie/events. And share your story. healinghumanity.movie/testimony so we can put you in the book. We want to have a phone book size of testimonies of healing so that we can inspire other people, help other people find healing. All right, you guys ready for the next guest? There's probably a lot of comments I missed, but here we go. Next guest, Caleb, rocking the Healing Humanity shirt. How's it going, Caleb?
That was completely unintentional, too. I didn't even mean to, wear it to this. I just kind of had it on still.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you wearing it. I appreciate you representing. Caleb's Carnivore Quest. So Caleb has his own YouTube channel. I want to shout that out before I forget. We'll shout it out too. Caleb's Carnivore Quest on YouTube. Let's just do this, Caleb. Do you mind sharing your open mic 5-minute or so carnivore story of healing?
I do not. So for any of you guys who don't know me, my name's Caleb. I'm 16 years old. I started carnivore July 17th, roughly, 2024. I was 15 at the time. I was struggling a lot with depression and anxiety to such an extent where I chose not to go out with friends. I chose not to go see people. I didn't want to do anything. All I did was school, which I'm homeschooled. All I did was school and live and eat, but I was kind of afraid to eat because I was scared of gaining weight. And I had a lot of issues. So I turned carnivore because my parents asked me if I wanted to because, well, I was the only overweight child in the family. And my parents had had some weight on, too, that they wanted to get off. So they wanted to try it. So they offered. I said yes. Really, really good decision I made there. So we did it as a 30-day challenge. And it was awesome. It was so good. My depression was completely gone by the end of the 30 days. My anxiety had at least cut in half by the end of the 30 days, and to this day is still going down. I still get anxiety from some things sometimes, but it's nowhere near where it used to be. I'm getting strong again. I've done lots of starvation diets in the past where I essentially just ate 1,200 calories a day and just starved myself down to nothing and got really weak and whatnot, which of course that's not good for your health. But now I am almost 1 year in less than a month or so, I'll be 1 year into carnivore, and I'm doing really good. My favorite thing so far is just having the energy to do stuff, like being able to lift weights. I've always enjoyed lifting weights, but I've never really had the energy or motivation to do so. And I was pretty afraid for a while of actually getting injured lifting weights. But now I'm doing a lot better. So that's kind of my little introduction to carnivore.
You nailed it, Caleb. Caleb, You're awesome. I am so happy. Your reasons for doing carnivore, that's the big reason I'm doing it. It's a big reason I'm doing this documentary, depression, anxiety, mental health. So to hear that you were going through that at such a young age and you're coming out the other side and you're feeling even better and better, approaching 1 year on carnivore. I know I'm overhyping it. I overhype it, but I'm telling you, man, it even gets better. Even after 1 year, it still gets better and better. Like the energy improves, just the default mood is what I noticed got better for me. Like initially doing carnivore, I'm like, I feel better a little bit, but just it's like a default now. I'm just like thankful, grateful, blessed, happy, good mood all the time. It's crazy. Caleb, my question for you is, you're very well spoken for a young man. Has it always been that kind of way, or are you like honing in a little bit more on carnivore, a little bit less brain fog, or is it just always been that way?
I think carnivore has definitely helped a little bit, but pretty much my entire life I've been pretty well spoken after the age of 9 or 10, because I got into reading and I started reading a lot, and I was reading probably between 800 and 1200 pages a week of books, and I would just read a lot of stuff. So my vocabulary just kind of expanded a lot. And I also have, I talk a lot with adults, and I didn't really enjoy hanging out with most kids my age. So I literally just sat around where the parents were and listened to them talk. So I kind of learned a lot of how I talk from adults. So that kind of, I was never really a fan of hanging out with other kids because I was kind of antisocial.
Right. Yeah. I'm very similar to you on that, in that regard, for sure. So Caleb, it was awesome. We got to hang out in Washington at the meetup. How's it been going to these meetups for you? Because you've been to a couple now, right?
I've been to two. The last one was awesome. It was so cool. It was fun. Bringing the arm wrestling table was definitely a good call. I got so many videos out of that. I literally have been releasing one video every day since that meetup, and I just ran out of videos like a day ago. So I've made like 15 videos off of that meetup. It's crazy. And they've all been pretty good. They've all performed pretty well as well. I've passed 1,000 subscribers now. I think I'm at 1,250 now, or at least somewhere around there. And it's all going really well. The next meetup I'm going to be at is going to be in Montana for 4th of July. And I was not originally going to be there at all. My dad said, "No, that's not happening."
You convinced Dad? Let's do it.
No, actually, Max and Bella. Max convinced my dad to let me go. It was really funny watching that happen.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Hard to say no to Max and Bella.
I know it is.
Dude, it was. What was it like for you? Arm wrestling Dr. Sean Baker.
His hands are bigger than I thought they were.
They're like claws.
He's got
right?
huge hands.
They're literally like this.
And he's got long arms, so that's also really hard because if him and I were to like go side by side, it'd be like this.
Right.
So I had to like go way up on the grip to grip him. So that was super
It's like
difficult.
simple math, right? Just the leverage he's able to get with the
Oh
longer.
yeah. And I even have an advantage. Like my wingspan is 2 inches more than my height. My hand is about a ½ inch longer than most people my height. I have like significant advantages in arm wrestling and still nothing. I was like, dang, maybe in a couple of years worth of dedicated arm wrestling training, I'd have a chance. But like the sheer strength he has is enough to just overpower any of my technique that I have. It's insane.
He's, again, I'm not trying to overhype things. Most people probably know this already, but for us to witness it, like Adam and I were with him for hours and hours and hours, and he was like nonstop, like, okay, I'm going to deadlift like 500-600 pounds. And then I'm going to show you how I do the Olympic rowing. Like, here's how you break a world record. And he was like every piece of equipment. He just went from one to the next to the next. And then he's like, all right, now we're going to put 500 pounds on this thing. And I'm like, just putting 500 pounds on the thing he carried across the driveway. I'm like, that alone, I'm done. That's the workout right there. And then he carried that. And then after that, he's like, let's go do, we'll do sprints now, which he's like, you really shouldn't do all of this weightlifting followed by sprints, but you guys are here with the camera. I'm carnivore. We'll be fine. And it was really impressive. It was funny too, Caleb, because he's not old. Like he's 58, 59, but he kept saying that. In fact, when he went to lift that 500 pounds and carry across the driveway, he's like hyping himself up. He's like, come on, old man. You can do this, old man. I'm like, old man. You're like, You don't seem that
Yeah.
old to me, but I guess that sadly, you look at most almost 60-year-olds and they don't look like Dr. Baker, and they're not
Nope.
carrying 500 pounds like that.
He's definitely in the top 0.1% of fittest athletes in the world.
Right?
Definitely up there for sure.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised with myself if I could still deadlift, almost 600 pounds into my 60s. That would be extremely impressive. Right now, I'm just working on breaking 400.
Right?
So that's what I'm working on.
That's
I definitely
right there. You told me before you were at like 330 or something, I think.
Yeah, when the day I got home from Washington with my sore arms that hurt to move, I loaded 300 on the straight bar and I was like, James, I think I can do this. James is my younger brother. And I did it. And I was like, okay, I did it. And it wasn't that bad. But I did it. And I was like, okay, I guess I can do that. And then I just kind of moved on. But
we got to get a little group. We got Anthony in the chat. 400 is impressive, Caleb.
I haven't gotten 400 yet, but that's
Right.
my goal to hit by the end of the year.
Yeah,
I think I can get that by the end of the year realistically on a trap bar, not a straight bar. I'll get 400 on a straight bar next year. But yeah, and then literally right behind me, I'm in my gym if you couldn't tell. I have a bar here with 135. I was doing some rows with that earlier. I had a back session. I'm doing like push press now instead of strict press. Strict press is just this. Push press is with leg drive and power and stuff.
Right.
I can do like 135 with that as well. Trying to train for some strongman events in the future. Apparently, I didn't know this until a few days ago. I did some research into Idaho's strongman events. They're so into it. It's insane. They have like 10 a year. It's insane. They have so many events. It's crazy.
See, that was another thing. Dr. Baker has such a crazy background. If you get his book, the Carnivore Diet book.
I have it.
Yeah, the beginning for anyone else that's watching, if you haven't, go check out the book. But no joke, the beginning of it, like the beginning opening, it's like an autobiography almost. It's fascinating what this guy's done. Like, I think he was a rugby player. He worked in like a nuclear silo or something for a while. He was in Afghanistan doing surgery and amputations and all sorts of stuff. And when we were interviewing him too, he was saying that he used to do strongman competitions because he was telling us he had a 220-pound kettlebell, and I was able to lift it, which I was happy about that. But he's swinging it like he's just swinging it like it's nothing. But he was telling us, and he had a medicine ball. I think it was over 200-pound medicine ball, and he's like, yeah, that's
like
what we used to practice.
Stone?
Yeah, the stone.
That's what that sounds like. It sounds like an Atlas stone.
He was telling us that for the Atlas stone, you'd have to lift it up to your chest.
And put it on a pedestal type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those yet. Those are kind of expensive, but I got a couple of sandbags down there, 100 pounds and 150 pounds. I can get both of them from the ground to my shoulder.
Nice.
So progress.
Right. That's really good progress. Yeah. I think Anthony was just posting. Where did he put it? His max at the moment is 455. Anthony deadlifting. For you guys aren't watching too. Anthony's got a great. I think it's TikTok or Instagram or maybe both. But he's posting like his personal records. He's breaking, working out. Just an absolute beast. Working out, hitting the gym. Inspiration for sure. I watch Anthony and I watch Dr. Baker. Like every time you watch Dr. Baker, he's doing some new crazy thing like dunking basketballs or weird like marching and sprints and stuff. Warming up for the sprints. It's very inspiring stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Caleb. I appreciate your support. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Montana. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a huge fireworks show.
I think I could do the Maggie challenge, by the way.
What's that?
I think I could do the Maggie challenge, by the way. 2/3 of my body weight. That would be, I think, 135 pounds for me. Somewhere between 135 and 140. I think I could do that. My grip is definitely a strong point.
I just threw the third out there for the heck of it because I was trying to calculate for Emma to do it. And I'm like, she's not going to do 120. But if you want to match it perfectly, so Dr. Baker has done this with a bunch of other people. He was telling us, he's like, oh yeah, when so-and-so came, they got to this point. Like you can beat them, can't you, Carrie? So I'm like trying to get past that point.
Yeah.
But he's done it a whole bunch of times. He does it with 120 pounds, 60 in each hand.
Okay.
So, and it's
gotta try that sometime. I totally think I could do that. I'm very leg focused because I used to weigh 250. So and I'm pretty short, so that was a lot of weight for my short frame. And I'm essentially a grip athlete at this point. I think I'd have a solid chance at that.
It's so much grip. That's
Oh
your
yeah, you
grip
got to
will
do
give
hook
out
grip.
before anything
Don't do
else.
C grip, do hook grip. Then
Well,
it's
Dr.
much
Baker
less
told me, he's
reliant.
like, put your thumb under and hold it in, and it hurts a little bit, but you're gonna hold on more that way. But the grip is the worst part. I got to the end and I'm like, I'm fine with the arms and the legs are fine. It's just the grip. But his thing is crazy. So if you do a quarter mile, this is the other part that made it even more challenging. If I take Emma and do it on a football field, you're just flat back and forth. His, you go downhill flat, and then you go up a very steep incline to end it, which was just torture. It was so hard getting up that hill at the end. People have seen it on camera. It doesn't do it justice on camera, like how steep that is at the end, especially with the 120 pounds in the heat. But yeah, we'll do the Maggie challenge. We got to make this like a viral internet sensation. And we're just recording.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Emma to do it. It's just fun. I want to practice too, because I want to go back and try to do it again. Because I'm like, I could do so much better now with some practice and going quicker. I went way too slow.
Yeah. Farmers carries are good.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I go to the gym now, I'm going to just do it there at the gym too. Just carry them around a couple times so I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
Maggie challenge. Let's go. Awesome. Thank you so much, Caleb. Look forward to seeing you out in Washington. And just remind everyone again, because new people have jumped on here, where can people find Caleb's Carnivore Quest and where can they follow you?
On YouTube. I have an Instagram, but don't even think about following my Instagram. I'm never on there. YouTube, Caleb's Carnivore Quest, all one word. I now have enough subscribers when I show up now on the search bar.
Nice.
So,
hey, here, I'm going to show it real quick. I got it on the screen. Caleb's Carnivore Quest right there. You got 1.24. 24 is my favorite number. See if we can move that up. Everyone go subscribe. Caleb's Carnivore Quest on YouTube. There's the Dr. Baker right there. You can go watch the Dr. Baker arm wrestle challenge. That's a great thumbnail, Caleb. That's awesome. Look how serious Dr. Baker looks in that shot. That's really cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Caleb. Appreciate you. We'll see you out in Montana.
Yep. See ya.
Have a good night. Awesome. Wow. This is a good start. We got Jen, Anthony Hayduck, Caleb's Carnivore Quest. Good stuff. All right, let me see where we're at on the comments. I still got to post the link. All right, so if anyone else wants to share, we got to keep it to 5 minutes. And the last time I did this, it's hit or miss. But one time I did this before, a whole bunch of people jumped on, and we have limited time, and I wasn't able to get to everyone. So if you click on the link and I don't get to you, I'm just going to go in order here. So hashtag ribeye for the Healing Humanity shirt in blue. Caleb is back in the chat. If you guys have questions for Caleb, I think I saw a few questions for Anthony Hayduck in the chat. Hopefully Anthony could answer those if maybe he already has in the chat there. And there's a couple questions that came through. So let me check that out real quick. Hey, we got a new member, Chris Anderson. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. We do a members only live stream every Thursday at 3 p.m. Central. And every single penny from our memberships goes towards our documentary and our series. All right, let's see. We had a question for Anthony, if you're still on, my friend. Anthony, how long do you fast for and how often? Question for Anthony there. Anthony, if you don't mind answering that in the chat. Who else has given up on the current medical system? One more question for Anthony. Do you do raw simply as a preference or specific added benefits? And then we got a question from Aro, A-R-O, hashtag ribeye. What are the benefits for MS? I would suggest checking out Diane Ladd. She's from Boston, L-A-D-D. And she's actually going to be at our Boston meetup 1 week from today, but she has a wonderful YouTube channel. Diane has MS, and she's been doing carnivore, and she's been thriving to the point that she's trying to shout it from the rooftop. She came all the way out to Little Montello, and she's sharing her story on YouTube, and she's had some incredible success. I would also shout out my good friend Dave Mack, who has interviewed well over 1,000 carnivores now. And we interviewed Dave for our documentary as well. And he's interviewed several people that have gone through MS with carnivore, and quite a few of them that actually have brain scans. They have medical records before and after where the brain scans show changes in their, even in their lesions in their brain from MS. So check out Dave Mack, Aro, and thank you for the questions. Hashtag ribeye with your best questions. All right, we're going to bring on another guest. You guys ready for the next one? We've got Robert, Carnivore Talk. How's it going, Robert?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you
Okay,
doing?
excellent. Oh, I'm doing really good. So I watch these on every Saturday, so it's nice to jump in and talk to you. I've actually talked to you before on your past members only lives, and
Yes.
I've been a member of your channel for probably a year and a half, I think.
I was going to say, you go way back. I remember.
Yeah.
I appreciate your support.
So yeah, I thought I'd just jump in. You were saying, some of the benefits that we've had, and if a user named Grammy G is still listening, we were talking in the chat about kidney issues, and so I have stage 4, borderline stage 5. Actually, I was in stage 5 for a while, chronic kidney disease. I was diagnosed in 2019. I started carnivore in 2023, and I have made little micro improvements, but no miracles, But what I have done is I have definitely stopped it from further degradation, and so that's one of the things I'm happy about. I don't consider that an achievement. As far as achievements go, I've lost over 60 pounds. And I have completely reversed ulcerative colitis. When Anthony was on, he mentioned incurable diseases, and he was using air quotes like this. And that's one of those that they say is incurable autoimmune diseases, ulcerative colitis. And I remember the doctors saying, diet has nothing to do with it. You can eat anything you want as long as you taken my prescription pills.
Yeah.
And that worked for probably over 10 years. That's probably what tanked my kidneys, actually, was that medication. And but I've been on carnivore and I'm off medication. And even during my last colonoscopy, the biopsy came back negative. So it's official. I am cured of an incurable autoimmune disease. So that's my biggest achievement. And then I was pre-diabetic, not type 2 diabetic, and I've reversed that. And then I had issues with, I call it narcolepsy. I would fall asleep behind the wheel. I used to have skin tags, they're gone. And bleeding gums, that doesn't happen anymore. So there's been a mountain of benefits to this carnivore diet that makes me willing to stick with it and take the risk, because modern medicine says that people with chronic kidney disease should not consume a lot of protein, especially animal protein. And I've done the research, and I've made a video about it too. I don't believe it because of all these benefits I've enjoyed and some of the studies I've read. And so I'm basically willing to use myself as a guinea pig to prove that mainstream idea that protein is bad for kidney disease patients, to prove that that's not correct.
Wow.
And hopefully I win that argument. If not, I'll end up on dialysis or having a transplant later. So,
right.
Yeah.
Bob, do you feel like with ulcerative colitis, UC, I feel like most people are not aware of carnivore, but I have heard from so many people doing the documentary, interviewing people on YouTube comments that heal that. I think I've heard Dr. Chafee talk about it too. It seems like an incredible rate of healing when people do carnivore diet for UC. Do you feel like that's true, or?
So it has been for me. I've talked to other people who also suffer from ulcerative colitis that haven't seen the same benefit. They've seen some benefit, but not a full resolution like I have. And maybe they just need to do it longer. I don't know necessarily how clean their carnivore diets are. I will have to say that in 2019, I was trying different elimination diets. And when I eliminated coffee, my symptoms improved and I was able to get off medication then. But I would continue to have flare-ups from time to time. And I would still test positive for ulcerative colitis when I would have a colonoscopy and a biopsy. And it was when I started my carnivore diet in May of 23, and it was probably September of 2024, just this last year, was my last colonoscopy. And that's the first time that the biopsy has come back negative. So there's something in coffee. It's a plant. So I know there's plant toxins. Coffee that sits on store shelves are known to carry molds too. So I'm not exactly sure what was in it. But my diet before, I was a pot a day drinker. I was doing keto, and I was eating, I had a big Sam's Club vat of almonds in my truck that I would snack on throughout the day. I would eat spinach salads at Subway every day.
And sounds exactly like me. I had that same vat of almonds too.
Yeah, so it was like keto, but the amount of,
if you like,
I can have this many. Consuming,
yeah, I can have this many of these almonds, and I would inevitably eat like half the container and way overeat it. But
yeah, and so because I was doing keto, I was trying to do a plant-based keto, and then the original keto in the 90s, Atkins, that actually worked for me. But then over the years, Big Food bastardized it, and I fell for the convenient keto bread, keto tortillas, keto protein bars, keto snacks. I was a sucker for all that until about a year before I started carnivore. I was trying to diet and lose weight again, and I'd look at the ingredients on these things and I'd be like, that just doesn't seem right, and turns out it's not. So all the keto products at the store are utter BS. So yeah.
Those get me mad too, because I fell for that, and I feel so bad because I see people that they're trying to get their lives back, they're trying to get their health back, and they think, I'm doing keto. This says keto on the box. It's got to be fine, right? And they end up going down that path. And then you look in the ingredients, and it's full of seed oils and 10,000 ingredients you can't read, and it's the furthest thing from what was intended when we talked about keto early on. But yeah, well, I really appreciate you coming on, Bob, and sharing your story. Where can people find you and learn more about your story?
So I have a YouTube channel. It's Carnivore Talk, and I make videos where I document my experience with chronic kidney disease and ulcerative colitis and other topics of interest. We do a Monday night live similar to this at 8 p.m. A much smaller channel, so I have a much smaller audience, and but it's similar. If you want to get on the StreamYard and join us on screen, that's fine too. And then I started this with a website called carnivoretalk.com, because when I started my carnivore diet, I looked for communities. I like to build websites as a hobby and build communities. And I looked for one that was diet related for carnivore, and I couldn't find one. Where I found one that was dead. And so I had started that. And so I'm over there participating, as well as in Kilt's Mighty Tribe.
Nice.
I'm there. I'm on a lot of his Monday Zoom calls and in his community. And I'm also a member of Dr. Barry's community. I'm a pro member over there. So I like to spend time over there as well. He gets the credit for actually putting me on this path, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, huge shout out, Dr. Barry. I was in his group for quite a while too. That's a great thing. There's so many good groups out there. My wife was in Bella's group for a while, and that really helped her out. And I always tell people too, there's free groups out there like Dr. Kilt's, and there's groups on Facebook too. But it is really important having that community when you're doing this. We're oftentimes the weird odd ones out. But so everyone go check out Carnivore Talk on YouTube. Follow Bob. Thank you for sharing your story, Bob. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support too.
Well, thanks for letting me on, and I'll talk to you another time.
Yep. Have a good night.
You
Bye.
too.
Awesome. Hey, look, we got Bill Knott has entered the building. Speaking of incredible carnivores, I can't wait. I know I talk about the documentary too much, but Bill's story is one of the biggest stories in the documentary. And it's absolutely incredible what Bill has done, but also his YouTube channel. I will shout it out forever. Check out Bill Knott. He recently posted a new video as well. If you guys haven't seen that, Bill Knott on YouTube, N-O-T-T. All right, you guys ready for one more? And we got 201 people on here now. If you guys are enjoying this, please thumbs up, share the video. We're going to do kind of rapid fire because we got quite a few people that are ready to share now. I'm still going to give away the shirt. Make sure that you guys remind me so I don't forget. Hashtag ribeye, best question or comment. We're going to do a random drawing for the shirt, but let's hear from another carnivore open mic healing story. Carnivore Clint, welcome. Oh, I think you're muted.
Holy cow. I feel like I know you and this whole carnivore community already. So thank you very much for getting me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for being brave and coming on here.
Oh, it's been a long time coming. I don't have a channel yet, but let me share a quick story to get up to where I'm at right now. So 2018, I was overweight, like about 280. Just felt like crap. Blah, blah, blah. We've all heard this story. Started digging into trying to figure out my health myself. My doctors didn't seem to know. Ended up seeing a naturopath, started doing keto. I was one of Maria and Craig's first keto coaches and carnivore certified keto coaches for that. Did that to learn, wanted to help people, wanted to learn all about this. Fast forward to, well, let's just move forward. December of 2023, still wasn't feeling completely great. Lost a ton of weight. I probably lost over 100 pounds. Now I've put on a lot more muscle, so I've gained some weight back. 2023 December, my girlfriend and I, she's sitting right over here. We decided, December 1st, we're going. It was right after Thanksgiving. We're so close to full carnivore. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. That's when I'm still carnivore to this day. So it's been an amazing journey with a twist. So here's the twist. This brought me in so much focus with my health. Blood pressure came down, got off my blood pressure meds, found out that I had Hashimoto's when I saw the naturopath who did all this blood work. He was very plant heavy. I was kind of like, I don't know. So I'm not seeing that naturopath anymore. Nothing wrong with that. It can work for some people, but I was having digestive issues and found myself in the washroom after eating lots of vegetables and all that stuff. So it didn't work in my system. What felt incredible after going full carnivore that December 1st, things were just unbelievable. I mean, the clarity, the mental clarity, the stomach issues, any digestive issues, unbelievable. Fast forward to, this is just trying to keep it short. I want people to know, I'm on the Pampa program. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but anyway, I was trying to figure out what, everything is so great. Something's wrong. My medical doctor, let me go back a minute. He saw all my blood work changes when I started changing my diet. Literally pulled up a notebook, literally sat there and was like, teach me how you did this. This is my MD. So for a half hour, I went over all these different books, doctors to watch, videos, this and that. And he was like, they don't teach us this in med school. I said, I know. And he's like, we literally don't learn any of this. We have a great relationship now. The only thing that he's really prescribing right now is thyroid medication. But the reason I really wanted to get on tonight and share is there was one thing missing. I was like, something's going on. I just felt off. That's the way to describe it. Found out that I have 4 root canals. Well, you don't feel, right? So I have 4 major infections, which are coming out Monday morning. I'm having oral surgery. But who would have thought? I just got blood work done with the doc. Oh, you're great. Everything's fantastic. I'm like, no, it's not. There's something missing. You couldn't tell any of this stuff. So I went to this dentist, had a cone beam scan, it's called, and they found 4 major infections. I'm going to be sharing this story. I'm starting a channel. I told my girlfriend, and people I've helped, they're like, you should do a channel. You should do a channel. I've done so much with this, so much research. You're in my ear every day. You guys are awesome. Seriously, God bless you for inspiring so many people because you're doing God's work. Amazing.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really amazing. So up until now, everything's been fantastic, but this is the kicker right here. So the one thing that the dentist did say, and she's more of a natural dentist, when she saw, she's like, the only reason you're doing as well as you are is because of how you're eating. So that was another kicker. Like you would have been laid out, like it's causing a lot of issues. So that's like a quick blip of a story, but oh my gosh.
No, it's great. I'm so glad you shared this too, because I don't know, we go down so many rabbit holes, and I've been down the rabbit hole of dental work and root canals. I think I don't know if it was a YouTube video or a documentary or something, but
a documentary called Root Cause.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Terrifying, fascinating, terrifying at the same time.
But I'm telling you right now, it's so true. It's not even funny.
It makes sense. My first principles of everything, it's like, what have humans been doing since the start of time? If we do that, we're good. We weren't doing root canals since the start of time.
Right.
And there's some craziness going on with those things. What you said, though, is so true. You said two things that really stood out to me. One was, hey, I'm doing keto. How hard could it be to do carnivore? That's like the path I took, too. And if you're doing true keto, it really shouldn't be that hard to go from that to carnivore. I always tell people, if you're thinking about it, you got some major health issue or you just want to try it, it's really not that big of a stretch to go from keto to carnivore. But the other thing was the fact that you had those root canals and your dentist said you're doing so well. That was one of the things I learned early on in carnivore is so many of the issues that we have from the standard American diet or just even eating plants or whatever, even if we're eating whole food plants, is inflammation. And when I went into the dentist, I think I was like 2 months into carnivore. And long story short, the dental hygienist was carnivore. And she said to me, what are you doing? Just by looking in my mouth, because she's like, you have no inflammation and it shows up in your mouth. And when you have inflammation in your mouth, you get bloody gums. You can see it in the gums. You have inflammation throughout your whole body. Imagine what's going on in your organs and elsewhere when you have it in your mouth. So the fact that your dentist said that is so interesting. It's probably very true that you're not suffering as much as you potentially could have been because you're eating carnivore. But
Totally
that's going to
true.
be such a great peace of mind once you're going to be able to rectify that.
Yeah, they're going to have to do 4 extractions and put implants in, but I have to get this out. It's so crazy. And there's 2 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So it actually is crazy because if you look at the tooth meridian chart, these 2 match up to thyroid. This one matches up to thyroid, and everything completely matches. So
you're going to be sharing some of this on your future YouTube channel.
I am. I actually started trying to create it the other day because my girlfriend, she's an esthetician. She does skin. So she treats facials and treats skin on a holistic level. And she tells people as well. And so we actually just came from a Brazilian steakhouse.
Nice.
So, but this was on.
You got the original
today.
right?
I said, go grab it out of my laundry. But I wore it all day until I had to kind of kick it up a notch to go to that. But
well, I
also got license plates today that say carnivore. I put it in your chat.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's actually gonna be fun.
That is awesome. I'm so glad you're sharing, and I'm genuinely glad you're doing a YouTube channel because it's going to inspire other people. Number one, but number two, I had a carnivore dentist stock on. That guy's incredible. He's amazing. But other than that, I haven't heard anybody really talking about what you're talking about. And I think that there's always people that do carnivore and they have these lingering problems. Some of them, it might be like mold. But
mold's huge. And so with this Pampa program, their big focus was finding the root cause. And so I said, okay, you've seen Dr. Pampa online before?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. So one of the longest protocol videos to watch and just try to check out was all about dental. And they had interviewed all these people and talked about it. I knew I had to do this. So when I walked into my dentist, I said, you're the last thing in my box to check off because everything else I've done, no alcohol. I mean, I'm strict. So I was trying to figure this out. And now I've got my story. So this is
found it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, Clint, when you get the YouTube channel up and you get your video out, please shoot me an email. I'll be happy. I want to watch it myself, but I'll subscribe, but I'll shout it out. I'll post it on the community because I think that's a message more people need to hear. I come across people like that every now and then, and it's I don't want to say hopeless, but it's like I don't know what to tell you. Like, is it mold? Is it something else? And there's something lingering there, and if they can get to the bottom of it,
I've learned a ton in the last, let's say, 7 years, and it needs to go. It needs to get out because I can only talk to people like I do every day, but this could help a lot more people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
awesome. Well, thank you,
very
Clint.
much for all you do. I can't wait to see this documentary. And actually, I talk about it all the time when I tell people, you think this is like some kind of a fad, like wait till you see the documentary. And, so it's good stuff.
I appreciate it. And I can't wait to share the documentary with you and the world. And very, very soon, we've got a new trailer coming out that I think people are going to be excited about. We're done filming for the main documentary. We're on to editing, but this thing has turned into an epic. Like we filmed 60 people all over the world. And we only get one shot at doing this right, but I think people are going to be really excited to see it. And the new trailer that we're going to be having come out in just a couple weeks here. So
that's awesome. We're going to try to get to your Montello in July, but we're going to be across town in Door County that weekend. So I was like, oh, we can't do that. But I'm not far. I'm in Illinois.
Oh, maybe next time. We've done a couple here. We'll be doing more. So
Look forward to meeting you sometime. Thank you.
thank you so much. Have a great night.
Right.
Oops. Awesome. Thank you, Clint. Wow, good stuff. I'm learning new stuff tonight. I got to go watch that documentary because I heard about it. I think I saw like a summary on it, but I didn't see the whole thing. And it makes sense. It's one of those things that all the puzzle pieces start filling in. That's kind of a good pun. We're talking about root No, maybe not. All right. Let's see. Are you guys ready to do another one? Here we go. We're gonna go turbo mode here. We got some time left. Here we go, Mr. Cash Groth. How are you?
Yeah, it's growth. Growth.
Groth.
Growth.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Like growing. So
nice.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I love the work you're doing. You are instrumental in healing humanity. And I'm one of those guys who can say Dr. Barry saved my life. I found out 5 years ago from one of his skin tag videos that I was pre-diabetic, and it just shocked me because I just watched my dad lose his leg to diabetes. And after that, he had 8 heart attacks, 3 strokes, and we lost him in December.
Oh.
And for 5 years, I've been obsessed with carnivore, and I've just turned into the carnivore evangelist. So I'm in people's homes every day, and I cannot keep my mouth shut. But you are inspirational. Your energy, and I can tell you're a uniter in this whole carnivore community. You're bringing so many people together, and you are going to influence millions of lives. And just so high five for that. Keep going. Man,
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. My journey, 57 years old. I found out I'm pre-diabetic. I argue with my healthcare provider here in Minnesota is one of the world's famous healthcare providers, and I'm not going to say their name. I had to argue with them to get an A1C test. They said, "Oh, just do fasting blood sugar. It's fine." And Dr. Berry said, "Get the A1C." So I got that. Found out this is a month into doing keto that I was pretty well pre-diabetic. I was already losing feeling in my toes, and that's what my dad got first. So I knew I was on that path. It scared the crap out of me. And 4 months of keto, I got my A1C to 5.1. I dropped close to 40 pounds. And when I started keto, I was popping ibuprofen like it was candy, like toxic levels, because every joint in my body hurt. And in 4 months, that was all gone. So I've just become such an evangelist. And so over the years, I've been talking to every guy I meet. If they're 30, 40, 50 years old, I tell them, man, there's something going on inside of you, and I can tell you're on a bad path right now. And I'm not trying to, I want to get your attention because this is real. And so a few guys have listened to me and changed their life, and some didn't. And I lost 2 friends last year, my heart attacks. And I've been talking to them for years about this. So it's real, it's personal. Every voice matters, every carnivore testimony. So I love your book idea. I think that's going to be great. Every voice matters. And so I did start a YouTube channel. It's Carnivore Cash. I only have 3 videos up there, but there'll be a lot more. And I wanted to get on here mostly to say thank you. And I want to get to Montello, the world famous Montello Theater, and watch a movie there and get to see your family. Your whole family is inspirational. I think you're raising some rock star daughters there, and they're going to leave a legacy of healing beyond what you've done. So just kudos to your girls. So.
I really appreciate that. That's the goal, right? Pass the baton, and I'm really proud of the girls, and they're doing so well. Yep. I would love to have you at the Montello Theater anytime. I open invite to anyone.
I want to show you.
What do we got there?
Let's see. It's not coming out. I'm working on a booklet. It's called My Favorite Carnivores. It's just going to be a short little booklet, like probably 20 to 24 pages. And I want to make this so cheap that there can be thousands of them given out at every carnivore meetup. So you can take some, give them to your family, and it's going to list like 15 of my favorite carnivores, the people that influenced me the most. So it'll be you and Dr. Barry, Dr. Kiltz, and people like that. And I just want this to be everywhere. So if people contact me, I'll give updates through email. So cashgrowth@yahoo.com. So
I love your passion for this. It man, if you and I got together, we'd be doing some damage. Because you sound just like me. Where it's like a family reunion, and the couple walks in and they're like, "Don't say anything about meat around this guy. He's not going to shut up," kind of thing. But it's beautiful having the passion, right? Because you've seen the healing, and you just want that for other people. The other thing you said too that was really powerful is Dr. Barry saved my life.
He did.
It's crazy. It's amazing. I'm going to continue shouting out Dr. Barry for the rest of my life. We interviewed him for the documentary, but we did a big meetup in Tennessee a couple months ago. And I had people, they're like, "Can you thank Dr. Barry? Can you thank Dr. Barry?" And so I started putting together all of these thank yous, and it turned into, I did this video on my channel, but we didn't have time to do it there. I did a 45-minute video of people saying in video, "Dr. Barry saved my life," or it was in comments, "Dr. Barry," and they were all different comments from all over the world. We had a 45-minute video. I'm like, we don't have this much time. So long story short, Dr. Barry was there in the audience. I'm like, "Dr. Barry, a lot of people wanted me to thank you on their behalf." I said, rather than do that, we just put together this video. We played the 10-minute video. It was 100 people. And that wasn't even scratching the surface. Like you just said, Dr. Barry saved your life. I'm like, there's probably literally thousands, if not more than that out there that just, maybe they left a comment years ago. Maybe they never even left a comment, but it was amazing seeing 100 people in a row in 10 minutes say, "Dr. Barry saved my life." And then at the end, we had like 200 people there. It might be in the documentary. We filmed it. I didn't know what would happen, but he got a standing ovation, and he was standing up, and it was really emotional. It was something. I'm like, I said, I want to live in a world where we celebrate doctors like Dr. Barry that are actually treating the root cause of the problem, helping people heal instead of just chucking a bunch of medication at them.
They're offering a cure and not another medication.
Yeah, novel idea, right? Like root cause. It's like such a crazy concept.
Right. Yeah.
He's incredible. You know, the big part of this whole documentary is sharing stories like yours, like mine, like Anthony's that we had on here. That's really the main part of the documentary. But the other large part is celebrating these doctors that are truly healing people, that are risking their careers or losing their careers, like Dr. Baker, in order to help people heal, because they have the integrity to do it, because they became doctors because they wanted to help people find healing. This is amazing. Every one of these doctors I've been able to interview, and I'm not, it's not flattery or hyping them up. They're all absolutely incredible individuals. So
we need a carnivore walk of fame for all these doctors. So we can visit there and have the Carnivore Hall of Fame, and just because every voice leaves a ripple. You're leaving big ripples that'll echo out for generations of healing through your family, through the work you're doing. Each of us has that voice in our own community, and we have to open our mouths. We have to spread the healing happiness and joy. And like, I have so much more energy now. I'm 62 years old. I'm med free. I feel better than I have since I was 30 years old. I'm not kidding.
Nice.
And
getting started.
You're 62, no way. Like, yeah, I can outwork any 30-year-old guy. I'm sure I can.
I love it. Just getting started. That's incredible. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing. I love your energy. I appreciate all your nice words. And I look forward to meeting someday. Come out to the Montello Theater anytime.
Yep, we'll be there.
So everyone go follow. It's Carnivore Cash, at Carnivore Cash on YouTube.
Yep. And if they want to follow this little booklet, send me an email, cashgrowth, GROTH, @yahoo.com. And I want to get a list of people who would like, I'm going to sell these in bulk packages at the cost of printing. So like, picture buying 20 or 100 to give to your family and friends. It'll be the top carnivores, a list of books, my short plan that worked for me and brought healing, and then testimonials and some other things like that. So, but I want to make these available to everybody. So
love it. I love it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing. Really appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Awesome, man. This is a good one. Should we do this more? Live carnivore open mic. I almost stopped doing this after we did one. The last one we did, I think, was 3 weeks ago. I love doing these. Sometimes we don't get people coming on and sharing, but we're getting some good sharing tonight. We got to give away this Healing Humanity shirt that I mentioned before, because I think I did one of these about 3 weeks ago, and I got to the very end and I never gave away the darn shirt. I completely forgot. So here we go. We're going to give away the Healing Humanity shirt, hashtag ribeye. We'll send you a shirt in blue. The winner of a Healing Humanity shirt is Broken Carnivore. Congratulations, Broken Carnivore. You've won a Healing Humanity shirt in blue. And in order to claim your shirt, just go to healinghumanity.movie/giveaway. There's a little form. Broken Carnivore, healinghumanity.movie/giveaway, and we'll ship you out that shirt. And I know there's a lot of new carnivores on here tonight. We have 50% off right now for the month of June. If you use promo code LIFE625, you get 50% off our Healing Humanity membership site. This membership site is if you need more community, if you need to be surrounded by positive people that have found healing. We do 12 Zoom calls a week. We have a bunch of volunteers that are helping on the membership site. We had Dr. Baker on. We had Dr. Eid on. We do Q&As. We do Inspire together. We're there to help you on a path to healing. 50% off your first month, so it's like 50 cents a day. You can cancel anytime. And the proceeds from that, much of the proceeds from that go to our documentary and the series that we're hoping to do and the ongoing. So, all right, you guys ready for another story? We've got another one here. Linda. Hello, Linda. How are you?
I'm great. Can you hear me?
Yes, coming through loud and clear. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Sorry you had to wait so long back there.
No, you're fine. You know, I have been watching you for a long time and just finally got brave enough to do this. My stomach is kind of in a wad. But
it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah. So I started my healing journey in 2019 when I watched my sister go into kidney failure and go on dialysis. And she just was like, thought dialysis would cure her and she'd be great. And that was just not the case. And then she was diagnosed with colon rectal cancer. And I thought, oh my word. And, you know, I was 308 pounds and I thought, oh crap. I wasn't diabetic. I didn't have any of those issues, but I just thought I cannot have her life. I have 2 kids, and I just can't have her life. And so I started a weight loss journey. I started a healing journey. My primary care physician is very supportive of me. She had recommended intermittent fasting, recommended Dr. Jason Fung, you know, clean eating, get rid of the sugar, get rid of the carbs. I hadn't really thought that it was a keto diet, but you know, when I look back on it, that's really what I was doing. I always fed my family whole real food. I was a homemaker, and so a hunter, processed my own game meat, butchered my own chickens. So I made my own bread. I was cooked from scratch, but knew that I had to make better choices. I had great success. I ended up losing over 80 pounds. I got off about 6 medications. I have an autoimmune disease, fibromyalgia, and I was on 9 medications. So over the last 2 years, I've just learned so much more. Got off of all seed oils more than 2 years ago. Really kind of honed in on more, I would say, more of a ketovore diet. For the last year, played with carnivore, but just really couldn't commit. I thought, this is nuts. But in January, I committed to full carnivore. Nice. And I had 3 medications left to get rid of. So I had a blood pressure medication, an anti-inflammatory, and a hormone replacement therapy. And in March, I got off of the hormone replacement therapy. So post-menopause, it's a big deal for women. I was on, synthetic hormones, and the side effects of those are frightening. And I just really wanted to conquer it. But every time I had tried to go off them prior to this, in the 2 years prior, the hot flashes and the mood swings and just I just felt like a crazy person. And I was difficult to be around, and just difficult for even myself to be around. I thought, oh, a horrid person. But in March, so full carnivore, January 6th started. Mid-March, March 16th, I went off hormone replacement therapy. No hot flashes, no mood swings. I feel great in that regard. 3.5 weeks into carnivore, brain fog went away. 4.5 weeks into carnivore, depression went away. Incredible sadness. I went through a divorce. I was married for a very long time, 38 years or 37 years, and found out my husband was having an affair and crushed me. And so the sadness that overwhelmed me was it was brutal. And at 4.5 weeks doing carnivore, that sadness, I woke up one morning and I thought, something is gone. And it was the sadness. Now I'm not over it. I'm not sure that you get over that, but that overwhelming hurt and that overwhelming, like the part that you couldn't get rid of, that it's gone. And so I'm very thankful for that. So 3 weeks ago, I got off my blood pressure med because my blood pressure just kept bottoming out. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have no energy. I go to the gym 5 days a week, and I couldn't work out. I was just like, oh crap. Well, I checked my blood pressure and it was just too low. So went off the blood pressure medicine. I've been trying to get off that dang blood pressure medicine since 2019 and just haven't been able to do it. It wouldn't stay down. And then I went off an anti-inflammatory also. So I am on 0 prescription medications right now. So I have 9 medications gone.
Wow.
And so it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And I just, it's so great. The one thing that is super frustrating is that I have horrible joint pain still. That has not gone. But I know it's coming. Right. I know it's coming. And because my body needs to heal first. I also have not lost any weight since I started in January. I haven't lost any weight. I've fluctuated a little, but just haven't lost any weight. But body composition is changing. I put an outfit on for work the other day, and I was like, and it was tight, and like I'm getting that feminine shape instead of lumpy shape, Right. So there's so many great things that are happening. And this community is inspiring. I try to watch you every week. I listen to your content all the time. I love your passion. I love your family. I'm so excited about this documentary. You're coming to Montana in 2 weeks, and I will be at the Montana meetup.
Oh, nice.
I live in Polson, Montana, and so I'm coming by myself. Which is weird. So anyway, and I have a 25-year-old son who has a congenital heart defect. He lives with me. He's special needs kid, and he is on carnivore. So he's about 50 days less carnivore than me.
How's he going?
But he's doing marvelous with it. He misses things, but he doesn't drink pop anymore, and he doesn't eat as much junk as he used to. And I'm excited to see what happens with him. He's lost a little weight. His doctors were pretty happy about that. He sees his cardiologist this coming week, and I'm interested to see how that looks. And so he is also on this healing journey. And I'm excited to see what it does for him. I will say that has also improved his mental health. And so I just feel so grateful. I truly believe that God just put you guys in my path. And so I'm very excited about this journey. I'm excited about my journey. I'm excited to see kind of where this takes me. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys.
Likewise. Wow. Linda, you've been through so much. My goodness. What a journey.
Yeah.
What a journey. I'm so happy that you came out of the depression. That's something for people that it's hard for people to understand if they haven't really been depressed. Some people will be like, yeah, I get sad sometimes. But the way you're describing it, I could tell that you've been through it. I've been through it. It's like a cloud that never goes away. And when it goes away, it's like, wow, this is amazing. This is what other people just kind of regular people. This is what they feel every day. And they kind of take it for granted. But
I had never had depression until my marriage fell apart.
Right.
So it was never a thing for me. And so to have that was so just crushing.
Yeah.
And when it went away was so freeing.
Right.
And powerful. And so, you just don't want to ever feel like that again.
Yeah. And you don't want others to feel it either, because you're like,
no,
there's an answer for this. I've heard your story with so many people where they're doing carnivore. Maybe I want to lose some weight, or maybe I have type 2 diabetes. And then it's like the mental health clears up in almost every case over and over again.
Yep.
When you experience that level of suffering and hopelessness, you want other people to feel it too. That's the sad thing is most people, like I always thought, I just need more of these. Like there's a chemical imbalance in my brain or something. It's not true. It's just the nutrition. It's all the nutrition.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just feel so thankful that there's people like you, Bella, Dr. Barry, that there's the passion and the, I have no technical skills, and I think, gosh, maybe I should start a channel. And, I have the gift of gab, but, I don't know, so many changes that have happened to me over the last year and a half that you're just like, well, but I want to continue to share. And my work has asked me to be one of the health coaches we're starting this whole program. So starting July 1, I'm going to be the voice every morning in the heads of all my coworkers about a health journey. And I am going to be promoting carnivore. So I'm even able to do that with my work. So I'm excited about that.
That's amazing. Well,
yeah.
If you do decide to start a YouTube channel, I'll be your cheerleader. I'll be happy to shout it out and
thank you.
Word out. But it is a lot of work. It sounds like you're going on a path with your current career to help people, and maybe that's the best way forward too. But I'm really looking forward to meeting you out in Montana. Also, that's going to be a heck of a meetup. That's going to be have you been to meetups before?
I haven't. No, I haven't. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
You picked a good one to go to because this one's going to be something.
Well, as soon as it was announced, I bought my tickets probably, I don't know, 2 and 3 months ago. I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited. It's like a 6-hour drive for me, and I'm just going to, listen to some great music and drive and just prepare myself to be blown away. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to just meeting some other carnivores. I don't know any. There isn't any, and every person in my world thinks I am insane.
Yeah, that's what the meetups are great for. Every single one I've been to, friendships are formed, and people are like, wow, there's a lot of other carnivores here in Montana that you can network with and things like that. And I just want to mention real quick, because I didn't say this before, if anyone wants to join me and Linda and Bella and Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Chafee and Dr. Baker, meet up in Montana, you can get the tickets at SBG Events. SBG Events. There's still some tickets left. So you mentioned that's like a couple of weeks. It's coming up quick.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2
Yeah.
weeks. I'm looking forward to
Crazy.
it. Well, thank you so much, Linda, for sharing. You are awesome. You're incredible. I say this to people sometimes, but I really mean it. It's a lot of people heal their body, and sometimes we're like so hard on ourselves from years of suffering or depression or whatever we went through. But it's important sometimes just look in the mirror and be proud of yourself, because what you did is incredible. Like, you took your life in your own 2 hands and found healing against all odds and against all advice. So it's absolutely incredible what you did. So hopefully you're going to be proud of yourself, look yourself in the mirror and have a big smile on your face, because that's very inspiring what you did.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I worked really hard, and, but it's because of the testimonies of other people who've gone before me. So I really appreciate what you do, especially this part where you let just little old me share my story. And because it inspires. It's, little lady from Polson, Montana, and she's like, I decided to do this, and I did it by myself.
Yeah.
And I've had success. And so it's huge. And so I hope you keep doing this, because I love listening to the stories that come on your channel.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, I hope I can do this for the rest of my life. We got to keep doing the open mic thing too. I was teetering because we did one and not a lot of people shared, but tonight has been awesome. It's like, I'm like sitting here this is incredible. Like, story after story, learning new things. It never gets old. And I really think that is how people are going to find healing. The science is interesting. The stories are more powerful because they resonate with people. You can relate to people that way. So yeah, they never get old. But I really appreciate you coming on, Linda. I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks in Montana.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Awesome, man. These are getting better and better. All right, we got one more. You guys ready for another one? Thomas, I'm so sorry you had to wait so long. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm going to be seeing you soon, ain't I?
Yeah, next week. Boston.
1 week a week from today, right? In Boston.
So it's going to be great. I'll see you and Adam and, Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Nelson.
Have you been to any meetup yet? Is this your first?
This will be my very first.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thanks to Lewis, I'm going to Boston. So.
And Lewis is going to be there too, right?
Yep.
Oh, this is going to be cool.
We're going to probably do like a live or something like that. Do like a little video or something. So.
For sure. Cool. Well, Thomas, for those that don't know, would you mind sharing your story?
Yeah, I'll just give it an abridged version because I have some really good news and I don't want to take too long on it. So I obviously, I have I have type 2 diabetes. I had neuropathy. I actually suffered from an infection that went into my spine. So the type 2 diabetes and neuropathy caused me to have to get my toes removed on my right foot and about 25% of my bone, my heel bone, removed on my left foot. So I wasn't walking for quite a while, and the infection in my back actually made me bedbound, where I couldn't get out at all. Needed help and everything for about 3 months. So I was in a wheelchair. I did all of it, the wound vacs, everything. So the good news is, and I figure you would love to hear this. So it starts a little bad, but then it goes really good. So I basically, a few weeks ago, I had a really high blood sugar and I took the insulin that they recommended the doctor. And when I went downstairs, it was about 100, like 150. And when I went downstairs, it went down to like 53. This is like, because of the insulin. So I had to pretty much keep on raising the threshold and keep on lowering the insulin. So for short acting, I went from 14 to 10. Now I'm at 7 units. Okay. My threshold is 150. I can't, if I do anything, if I take insulin under 150, I drop like crazy. So Dr. Phil Smith thinks that I'm becoming insulin sensitive. Like I don't really need the insulin like I'm getting to that point where I don't need the insulin anymore. Long acting, I went from 40 units to 30 to 20, and I cut my Victoza in half. Now the bad thing about it is I tried talking to my doctor about it, and they were like, "Oh, we'll wait until July." So they wanted me to keep on taking it and keep on dropping like quickly on the sugars, and it was ridiculous. I had to do an N=1 experiment on myself, and the results are like immense and immaculate. So it's just, and right now my YouTube channel is doing pretty well. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm actually doing lives now at 11 a.m. Pretty much, and also on Wednesdays I do a 2-hour live with a different guest. So just a little plug, if you guys want to come on, just email me and we'll set a date, you know. But I allow 2 hours because I figure a lot of our stories needs at least 2 hours, you know. So
this is turning into like a passion for you, getting the stories out there and sharing your story and being a part of the community.
Well, I mean, I agree with Dr. Kiltz. I think it's our stories that's really going to do, you know. I don't think like we can keep on like telling all these, like I love your documentary and everything like that, but I think that it's the reason why I like it is because it's again another platform for the stories. Right. And you know, I think this having these stories out there, and I thought to myself, I'm like, you know, I definitely want to do like 2 hours for everybody, because I know a lot, like I've been on about 13 interviews already, including yours, and it's like sort of hard to do, you know, like it's like 1 hour. And I'm not saying I'm not grateful. Don't get me wrong. I am very grateful, but I just figure that a lot of people need more than that. And I figure if they don't need more than that, then we could just do it a round table, you know, in the middle of it. So, you know, I figure why not? Let's get it to work. And so far, I had 2 famous people that we know Amy Hosp, and I had Helen for All for Jesus and Carnivore.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting another newcomer, Lexus Jones is going to be coming on for my next one. And then have you ever heard of Coach Alyssa over at SPG?
Yes.
She's going to be on.
Nice.
And then another guy, Tim from Walker to Walking, is going to be on. And then another guy that you might not know, No Slow Gary, is going to be on. So anybody that wants to come on, just email me and we'll set a date. You know, like right now it's twice a month, but you know,
Helen has the most incredible energy in the world.
Oh my God. Like we had to go over the 2 hours with her because I
want a shirt that says, I want Helen energy. Where do I've got pretty good energy at Carnivore, but she's taking
Well, you know what they should do? Never mind that. They should like have a bottle, like a glass bottle that says Helen Energy, and you know, like sell them like little trinkets, like, you know, like perfume bottles or whatever. Like just spray them.
I know Dr. Kiltz has incredible energy, but Helen even rivals Dr. Kiltz's energy.
Can you imagine the 2 of them together?
They were together in Washington. And
oh my God, I could just imagine that. Like that.
We were at a movie theater, and I came out and I said to Dr. Kiltz, I'm like, the light started flickering, and I knew that you were like a block away because your energy was coming in. But him and Helen were in the same room together. Helen got up and spoke in front of the whole audience. She shared her story. And she absolutely, I'm sorry, this is the truth. She was the best speaker that we probably ever have, ever. And she was so nervous to do it. She absolutely knocked it out of the park. Dr. Kiltz was sitting next to me, and he was like, yeah. He was like cheering for her. It's just incredible, the healing that she's seen. So Thomas, your YouTube channel is Target Prime Rib. Everyone check out Thomas on YouTube. Go subscribe. Go share your story. That's what it's all about, getting the story out there, sharing the story. One question, Thomas. Were you ever at some point, like, this carnivore thing's kind of crazy, I'm not sure. And now are you like, I'm just doing this forever now? I mean, it seems like you're pretty committed now going forward.
I still have the same answer I gave you last time. I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't predict the future. No one can. But right now, it doesn't make sense for me not to be.
Right.
You know, and, you know, I think, 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 you know, I You know, like a year ago, I did not know I was going to. A year ago, I didn't know I was, or 2 years ago, I'm saying, I didn't know I was going to lose my toes. You know, everything happens in moments. You know, and this is 2025 is the best year of my life. You know, and the thing is what no one realizes is, I've said this before, my first, you know, when I started doing, it was around like January 1st that I emailed you the first time, you know, so my journey started on January 1st. So every single time there's a new year, I'm 1 year into it.
Right. Nice.
So 2026, I'll be 1 year carnivore.
Yeah, I feel like you're a carnivore lifer. We can't predict the future, but
no, and you're probably right. I probably am more likely to be a lifer. Definitely. Yeah. You know,
just my only, I say this out of all love. Some people get down to their goal weight and then they're like, oh, I could just have a little cheat here or there. And some people do that and they're just fine. Other people I've seen do that. And I had a woman on my channel the other day, Kathy, and it derailed her for a year. Just one little slip up like that. And I just worry about you with your, like, you could lose a foot. Like you could lose the leg. Like it could
keep on going.
Yeah. I know you're probably aware of all of that and good, but
I am. Yeah.
Sure. Maybe that message is more so for others. Thomas.
No. It's good to hear because you're telling it to others too. So it's,
part of the reason I talk to you with love too is because, well, I'll just be honest. You remind me of my cousin who also lost part of his foot and then his leg. But he's not. You're doing the hard work and you're doing the proper work and you're healing yourself, which is incredible.
Well,
he's not. He's tried some things here or there, and then he falls back off. I'm really worried he's going to lose like his other leg and then maybe his life after that. And that addiction is just so strong. So every time I see you, you kind of look like him a little bit too. So you totally remind me of my cousin.
So I'm sorry to interrupt. So two things. I wanted to shout out to Papa Carnivore first because he's been helping me along the way. He calls me his carnivore protege. So he's been helping me with a lot of things. So I want to shout out to him. But Charger Mopar Rick just reminded me of something I told him earlier. I actually walked around the track today about 2 miles with a 50-pound weighted vest.
Nice.
And this is from a guy that was not able to walk about a year ago.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Thomas, you're an inspiration, man. You're incredible. Good job. Like I said to the last guest, Linda, it's like if you take a big step back, it is really amazing what you've done.
And you know what? It's not, I mean, believe it or not, and I'm not trying to be down or anything like that, but it's not losing the toes that was the horrible part. And what I got back was I got my soul back. I got my personality back, you know. I was down in the dumps. I mean, you lose your toes. Well, how would you not be, you know?
I love movies, and Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite movies. And there's
yeah, I love that.
You can get busy living or
get Andy the frame and everything. Yeah.
I feel like before this I was busy dying, and now I'm busy living, and it sounds like that's what you're doing too. You're busy living. Yeah. You're thriving now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, Thomas. Everyone go check out Thomas, Target Prime Rib on YouTube. Go share your story. Go subscribe. Go support him. Thank you so much for coming on tonight, Thomas and Sharon. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad I was able to get on and everything. I was getting a little worried.
We got one more. No one wants to stick around. We got one more. So thank you so much, Thomas. We'll see you.
No problem.
Good night. All right, you guys ready for one more? Here we go. Sandra, welcome.
Hi, Carrie. I'm so sorry. We literally were in traffic forever, which never happens.
No worries. No worries. It's actually really good timing. So Sandra, I interviewed Sandra on my YouTube channel. The video isn't quite live yet, but it's going to be soon. But you have just an incredible story, Sandra, and you have your own YouTube channel. The way we do this is kind of like 5 minutes to share your story of healing. If you're able to do sort of an abbreviated version, could you tell us like what sort of healing you found and your family on carnivore?
Yeah, so with carnivore, I've reversed a lot of inflammation in my body, which for me was manifesting as knee pain, which my family members have gone through double knee surgeries. So I was kind of next. So it has manifested through that. I've gotten rid of my very painful menstrual cycle pains. Also, what else? My constipation, which I struggle with since my teenage years. It's all gone now. And I have better sleep. My anxiety was gone, which I even did not know that I have anxiety. I thought that was just who I am and how my behavior is or how my character is. But now it's gone. I don't have those mood swings anymore. You just get mad for no reason. I don't get that anymore. I have constant energy. And oh my goodness, I have to think one more thing. And sometimes for women, you feel depressed a lot for whatever you go through. That one is I don't feel like that anymore. I'm always hopeful about life, no matter what the challenge may bring. And then my daughter, I started carnivore because of my daughter. She had IBS, which doctors couldn't figure out through all the tests that was run on her. They couldn't figure out what it was. And I decided to just take my health, her health in my own hands. And through a lot of research and listening to all the carnivore doctors, she has been able to overcome this. So that is just a part. And then, my kids are, doing it like 80% doing it, and they have a lot of energy. They're not lazy, tired. They don't have all that going on. So that's just a quick recap.
It's amazing. You had mentioned when I interviewed you, your daughter was very young. I can't remember the age, but she was on a lot of medication for her stomach, right?
Oh yeah. She had just turned 8, and they will give her 3 medication at a time, and then in addition to that, she has to take medication for constipation because the medications were causing her to be constipated. And it was like 3 sets of medication at a time. So when she tried, it's like levels of different medications. So when she tried these 3 sets and it didn't work, we go to the next 3 steps. And so, yeah, so it was a lot of medication just for an 8-year-old going through this. So
there's nothing worse in the world than seeing your child suffering and struggling and you can't figure it out.
Yes, and that is the other thing too. Like they are literally, like, she was literally suffering to the point where we're getting ready to go to school and she's bowing down, like she's cramping down because of this pain, and just not knowing what to do as a parent, and just putting yourself in their shoes is just so much more difficult, because of course you don't want your daughter hurting, but there's nothing that is working, and just not knowing it's all because of the food. So that
One of
was
the
a lot.
reasons I love Sandra and respect you is because you're such a good mom. You're like, obviously your child's hurting, you want to help them, but most people wouldn't have been able to figure this out. And not only did you figure it out, but you're also like, this carnivore thing's kind of crazy. I know. I'm going to just test it out on myself, on mom, before I put my daughter through this. And then you're like, wow, I feel better than I have my whole life. This kind of works. And so now you found healing. Most of your family's eating this way. And how is your daughter doing now?
Oh, much better. Oh my God. It's like no pain. And I mean, of course, if she goes to, we have a homeschool association, they're having a party, and they're serving all this junk food and stuff. If she has something and her stomach hurts, we know exactly what it is. So, and it's hard for them sometimes, but I try to encourage and educate, and they themselves don't feel good. So she might just have a piece of something, a piece of cake or a piece of something. Like all the time that anytime that happens, she gets a stomach ache, and then we know. So she learns, but then it's like sometimes it's just temptation, which is kind of sad that every event that you go for kids, the food there is pretty much junk food, and that is the most appropriate food for kids.
Yeah, you're just bombarded with it. Every single thing, food, 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 food. But
Yeah, and it's just junk food, and
yeah,
for some reason it's okay. It's okay. They're kids. They can have
yeah. What could
other
go wrong? And
chips.
then
Yeah.
meanwhile, it's really affecting her and really causing her pain. It's
Yeah, but even even if it's not somebody with a situation like a child with a problem, this is children's are they're building their bodies, like they are growing.
yeah.
They're also growing in health. So what are we growing what are their bodies growing to become? So, we have to think of all this. And if we think, oh, it's okay for them to have all the juice or the chips or and then they're eating all these high carbs, it's okay. But they are going to grow up and they're going to be dealing with all these diseases that it's clear now that it can be prevented, that they don't need to have. So
It's so
that's
true.
what kind
And the thing of, oh, it's just okay, it's just some sugar, it's just some junk. And then you're
yeah.
giving it to them at those most important years where their body's
Yes.
still growing and their brain's still growing. It'd be like
Yeah.
maybe if they were in their 30s and they've grown and everything, okay, maybe a little bit here, but at that
Yeah,
most
at
important
this.
time, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so backwards.
Yeah.
I am quite passionate about carnivore. It's probably an understatement, but you are too now. Like what inspired you? Because you could have just done this and moved on, but now you've got a YouTube channel and you're sharing there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what inspired me after it worked for me, of course, I educated my family and convincing them and other people that were going through other stuff. Like one of the first people I worked with was this lady at our church. She's like, oh, she have diabetes in her family, and her dad, who was back in Africa at that time, has been diagnosed with diabetes, and she wants to prevent this for herself. And she's a lady that worked at a warehouse. And so she just came up to me, and she knew I was doing these videos about health and food and what food does to your body. So she came up to me, and she said, what can I do? And I said, well, this is going to go against what your doctors and what the food industry is telling us, but this is what have been working, and it works because this is what the food does to your body. And I was just explaining the science behind it. And so she tried it. I mean, she was hardcore. I was kind of surprised because a lot of Africans, just the idea of eating meat is kind of like, it's not, it doesn't sit well. But
Right.
she went hardcore, and she tried it, and she's like, oh my God, I feel amazing. Her work, she's not lazy to go to work. Like when she goes to work, she's literally waiting till the end of the week to get out of work. And she's like, I have all the energy. And she was so energized at work to the point that she was doing more. And later she ended up getting a promotion at work. And she ended up getting promotions from her job. And she was just amazed how incredible she felt. And so she started doing that. And then another guy came up to me, oh, I'm overweight, and he needed to lose weight. And then I had a meeting with him and spoke with him. He tried it, but he couldn't do carnivore all the way, which I'm like, it's fine. You don't have to, but just you have to stop the seed oil, cut back on the carbs for sure, and stop eating all the grains and stuff. So, some people do different, they do the keto version of it and stuff, which it's fine as long as you feel better and your health is getting better. That's good. So I spoke with those two people, and then more and more people started contacting me, and I'm like, oh, let me just put them in the video. Like, let me continue to put them in the video. At least I can reach more people, and people can understand the science behind it more. So that's what kind of keeps me going. And I'll talk to some people, and somebody will eat, and then she feel tingling under her feet, and she feel weak. She's not able to being more engaged with her kids. And I spoke with her, and even with her, I didn't tell her, oh, you have to do carnivore, but she just cut back on her carbs and stopped eating, because our food, the problem with our food is everything is starchy. Like it's not like veggie, it's like starch, and that's the bulk of our meals.
Right.
So she just cut back on her carbs, and she's like, oh my God, I'm not having the tingliness in my feet anymore. Oh, I can actually get up and go and play with my kids. I don't have to depend on, she had a girl from church that was helping her, helping to take care of her kids. She's like, oh, I don't have to depend on her to take care of my kids. So I was like, yeah, that's what is happening to your body. And I just started talking to her more and more. So just helping these little people here and there, like, let me just continue to make videos. And
Right.
yeah, now I'm putting out more recipes, because I think a lot of my audience is like, they don't know, like, they're like, oh, what do we eat? If we don't eat the carbs, like, what do we eat? I'm like, you eat meat. But so now
That's
I'm
really
gonna
cool. You got the whole YouTube channel going. So Sandra, where can people find your YouTube channel?
It's just Sandra Asari on YouTube. Just literally my first and last name. That's how you can find me. But
Awesome.
I'm very passionate about sharing this, and I'm hoping to get some more doctors on my channel, just to explain. Just because people in my culture, especially, they respect doctors' opinion more. Because, but I'm also getting my education in nutrition just to be able to be certified and be able to help more people. Because right now I'm in Guam. We're doing missionary work, my husband and I, and so many people are sick. And I talked to one of the clinics that I take my kids, and they're in need of a nutritionist. So I'm hoping to be able to get my degree and get certified to be able to work over there to help people, because there so many people are sick and overweight over here, and
Right.
even kids. So that is what I'm working on right now.
You're amazing. You're awesome. This is your calling. I'm really glad that you came on and shared tonight. And everyone go check out Sandra's channel on YouTube. And Sandra, you always have an open invite. If we want to do a longer one sometime, we will. But everyone stay tuned. You want to hear more from Sandra, her entire story. It's going to go live on my channel probably this week, Thursday. I'll shoot you an email when it goes live. But thank you so much for coming on tonight, Sandra. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Carrie. You are amazing, and I really admire you and your family. Tell your wife I say hi, and tell Emma the kids say hi. We always watch her videos. So
Emma's got some new cooking videos coming out. I know you said you watched them with your kids. So
yeah, so we're excited. She's really an inspiration for my kids, especially my 8-year-old. So yeah,
I'll let her know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Have a good
Thank
night.
you. You too. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome. Wow. So many great people. I'm the biggest blessing working on Healing Humanity in this documentary has been meeting so many incredible people. Like I said earlier at the beginning of this live stream, I truly believe this. Surround yourself. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I want to spend my time with people like Anthony Haydick, like Helen, like Thomas, Target Prime Rib, like Sandra, Bob, Carnivore Talk, Carnivore Cash. What was it? Cash Growth? Cash Growth? So many amazing, incredible people. Speaking of amazing, incredible people, my daughter Emma, the carnivore, is texting me. We got to go. The movie theater's closed down and everyone is left and they cleaned everything up there. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Won't be doing this next week because I'll be in Boston, but I do hope to continue doing these and sharing these inspiring stories. And we'll see what happens on the YouTube channel. I think Jen's going to be doing some videos going forward because we are focused on working on the documentary. So thank you guys so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Have a good night.